Welcome back to live Polish football on Sports tonight. Live and exclusive. The story of the autumn round so far has been one of dominance for Legia Warszawa, but the reigning champions Slask Wroclaw perhaps but a twist in the tail in the final Friday match before that 2.5-month winter break, winning 1-0 tonight against the league leaders. Legia don't extend their lead at the top to 10 points. Instead, Slask close to third in the table, just behind Lech Poznan on goal difference. Legia's lead could be down to 4, depending on what happens on Sunday when Lech Poznan go to Corona Kielce. To discuss all that with me, the ramifications, Ryan Hubbard and Chris Graham watching intently. Has there been a blueprint tonight for perhaps how to beat Legia Warszawa? Just a second defeat of the season, but a very professional job.
A very professional job from Slask. They started off on the counter-attack. We saw that. They got the early goal in the second half, which we said was very crucial to them.
Yeah.
And, you know, from there, they never really looked like getting beaten. You know, Legia, they had spells where they sort of dominated, maybe on the counter-attack a little bit more, but they couldn't break down the Slask defence.
And questions, it makes it invigorates, excites us, doesn't it, Chris Graham, for the title race? But perhaps in terms of goals, we've seen 32 goals in 14 games for Legia coming into this. But the striker Leroy is out of form. They lack that other option, don't they? A goal poacher.
They do. A target man, if you like, as well. And yeah, I think tonight's a great result for the league, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. It's terrific. And yeah, there are question marks as we head into Christmas for Legia. Not only did they lose tonight, only their second defeat of the season, but it's the first time they've failed to score in a game all season long. So yeah, that illustrates your point there, Ed. And yeah, it certainly gives the likes of Lech and Gornik some hope as we head into Christmas.
Just makes you wonder, doesn't it, with Abdurazik Traore potentially on the transfer market. We know Legia Gdansk are giving him a big offer to stay at the club, but how important could he be for Legia Warsaw? What could he offer them tonight? Because Slask really dealt with everything they did provide on the night.
Well, they need an outlet for Leroy. At the moment, they've got Leroy sitting up there on his own. He's trying to drop deep to collect the ball, but then they've got nowhere for him to go with it. They missed Saganowski. Saganowski was the one who did it earlier in the season. He was a goal poacher. He picked up the loose balls up front, and he played off Leroy. But at the moment, they've not got that. They're relying on Kosecki to come forward and try and support Leroy, and today it didn't work for them.
Well, let's talk about the positive side of it. Slask Wroclaw, they beat the second-place team, Lech Poznan, 3-0 last time out. Now they beat Legia Warszawa. What does this say about them?
It's very good for Slask. It's a massive result for Slask. We saw it at the end with their coach, Levy.
This is the goal. Is that deliberate the way he's done that? It's almost like a trick shot with the shoulder, isn't it? Punching it into the net.
Almost, but you know, if you can't get your head on it, you have to get another part of the body on it that is going to deflect it to the goal, and all he did was get his shoulder in the way.
His third goal of the season, illustrating the potential that Slask Wroclaw bring of goals around the team, which was kind of typified in their championship-winning season last year, because top scorer was 6 goals.
Top scorer was 6 goals last season. They shared the goals around the team, but one stat we mentioned was Sebastian Miller, who got the assist today. It's his 9th assist of the season. He got 12 in the whole of last season, and they wound up as champions.
Why is he not in the Poland squad?
Oh, why not?
Yeah, 4 goals as well. He's the top scorer.
4 goals. He's the top scorer. You know, like you say, they haven't got an out-and-out goal scorer, but they are chipping in with goals. And you know, he's massively important to Slask.
They were so good tonight. You wonder, how did this team lose at home to Piast 3 weeks ago? They've had some awful results this season, been really disappointing. But when they get it together, they're definite title contenders.
I mean, I think a couple of clean sheets back to back as well.
Yeah. They'll almost be devastated that the winter break's kicked in now.
Yeah.
Just when they get, they've just
catching Legia up offside 8 times. Considering Legia have got a striker who comes deep in Leroy, that seems impressive. There's a lot of hard work going there from Stanislas Levy, the manager.
Yeah, we've seen Kosecki on the left getting caught offside a few times. You know, I think there was a couple of the midfielders got caught off a few times. It was well drilled from the Slask defence, pulled up at the right times and just exposed them. Yeah,
hard work. What about Jakub Kosecki then? 7 goals tonight. We saw him win really the game against Wroclaw, 2 goals and assists. Before that against Blissett. 7 shots tonight. He went close a few times, but it seemed to be a case of Slask. If you get him to, you know, get reduced to long-range efforts, perhaps you reduce the threat of Legia.
We saw Soccer, the Slask defender. He got in early with a harsh tackle on him, got booked for it, but he kept him fairly quiet. He kept him limited to long distance shots, and if he can't hit the target from the long distance shots, he's not going to score.
He was frustrated. A sense perhaps watching that his other teammates were a little bit frustrated with Kosecki, perhaps going down cul-de-sacs on a few occasions and not providing a pass.
I think we saw him evolve as the seasons went on. I think his confidence is growing and growing, and he realises he's a centrepiece of this Legia team. But I think sometimes just needs to keep it simple a wee bit more.
Yeah.
You know, just play the easy balls.
Give the defenders more to think about.
Exactly.
Rather than
He can be a wee bit selfish sometimes, and I think that's growing into his game. It needs to be expunged.
Yeah, variety. I mean, the warning signs were definitely there from the first half for Legia Warsaw. They dominated possession throughout the match, but it seemed the best opportunities fall into the hosts, and of course the Argentine Diaz, who was on a decent goal-scoring run coming to this. The striker going very close after a crazy ricochet.
Yeah, we saw Slask breaking them down on the counter-attack, and like we said, this was the chance from Slask. Diaz hitting the post, very close. You know, he possibly should have scored in that situation.
Four defenders he wrestled past there. I mean, there's a sense
defenders.
that is a possible weakness for Legia Warsaw as well, isn't it?
But it's the strongest defence in the league, which is, you know, it's in a way it's quite surprising, you know, to see them get out-muscled so easily.